So there's an article on Sportsnet talking about Sidney Crosby and asking could he score 50 and 50. 50 goals in 50 games. I think the last one that did that was Cam Neely. Can he do it? No. I don't think that feat will ever be accomplished again, not in today's NHL. There's just no way. Um, that being said, I wanted to take a look and see, with all this talk about cap, who's getting bang for the buck right now. So which players are living up to their contracts right now? And number one for cap hit and salary. Well, no, he's second on salary. Patrick Kane makes $13.8 million this year. He's got 28 points in 30 games coming into tonight's action. Yeah, I think Chicago is happy with Patrick Kane. Jonathan Toews makes the same amount of money. He's got 12 points in 21 games, and honestly, I know Toews has fought injuries and whatnot, but Chicago's got to be somewhat concerned about Toews dropping production. Also on the injured list at points this season has been Anze Kopitar, who is next up. His cap hits $10 million. He makes $14 million this year. That's a lot of money. 2 goals coming in tonight. I know he scored tonight, so that's 3 goals in 20 games for him. That game's not over yet either, though. But you know, it's a funny thing because, again, I hear about certain players and people say, "Oh, this guy gets this much, and you're not getting your money's worth." Okay, well, Ovechkin, 13 goals in 27 games, so he's on pace for about 40 goals, and he's got a $10 million salary and a $9.5 million cap hit. 21 points in 27 games, so he's not getting a point a game this year. And he's number 4. Number 5, Evgeny Malkin, 32 points in 29 games. I don't think anybody's going to complain about Malkin. Not right now, anyways. Malkin, $9.5 million salary, $9.5 million cap hit. Number 6, PK Subban, 22 games, 15 points, a -6. He's played 24 and a half minutes per game, $11 million salary, $9 million cap hit. Nashville would not have picked him up if they weren't sold on him as a player. And I'm not going to say anything bad about Subban because I like Subban. I genuinely do, and that's the funny thing is when the Subban for Weber trade happened, and I said, well, that's an even trade, and a lot of people said, no, Weber sucks. I defended Weber, and I think I almost did it to the point where I almost maybe wasn't giving Subban his due. Next up on the list at 7th is Sidney Crosby with his 21 goals in 23 games, 32 points. He's playing 19 minutes a game, $10.9 million salary this year, and his cap hit's $8.7 million. So Crosby's 29. He's getting into the age range where his point totals are going to start to fall off. The elite guys do that anyways. The point totals usually fall off a bit in the early 30s, and then mid-30s they're into more normal territory. But Crosby is Sid the Kid. He is the best player of his generation, so I don't think anybody's going to complain about that $8 million cap hit. Corey Perry, 25 points in 29 games. He's a -3, 18 minutes and 57 seconds. So we'll say 19 minutes a game forward. I'll give him the 3 seconds. 6 goals. So for his $8.6 million cap hit, I think the alarming thing for Anaheim is the 6 goals. Kessler's played very, very well for them. It still makes me sick to say it, but that goal total for Perry isn't good. And then I'm going to skip down to 12th here because at 12th is Ryan Getzlaf, who in 26 games has 2 goals. So you have got with Getzlaf a cap hit of $8.25 million. So between Getzlaf and Perry, you're paying almost $17 million, and you've got 8 goals from them. Grabner's got 13. I'm just throwing that out there. I know it's early in the season. I know those things are going to change, but man, that's a lot of money for not a lot of goals. Yes, Getzlaf and Perry both get points, but they're not scoring goals. And at the amount of money they're getting paid, goals are important. Stamkos' cap hits $8.5 million. Salary's $9.5 million. He's number 9 in the NHL, and everybody complained during the summer that he didn't take enough money. I'm baffled and bewildered. Number 10, Henrik Lundqvist, 19 games. His save percentage is .914. His goals against is 2.5. He is slowing down. His cap hit's 8.5 million. I don't think any Rangers fan is going to say, "Oh, we should trade Henrik," but he is slowing down. And the good news, if you're a Rangers fan, is Ronta has a much lower cap hit, and he's a very good goaltender. So there's that. But Lundqvist at this point, that contract is weighing on him a bit. And if Lundqvist's numbers stay down like that, I wonder if you're the Rangers if you don't just protect Ranta come, Vegas time. Not that Vegas would take Lundqvist, but that you could finesse a deal to make sure they don't. Because his numbers have not been great. Claude Giroux's at number 11. 29 points in 31 games, 8.275 million cap hit, $9 million salary. Giroux is starting to look like himself. I've watched some Flyers games. I've started watching them lately due to this winning streak they're on. Claude Giroux's finally playing like the Claude Giroux that drove Pittsburgh nuts a few years ago in the playoffs. I really liked that Claude Giroux. He was one of my favorite players in the NHL at the time, and I'm not sure what happened to him, but he's back. 12's Getzlaf. I already went over Getzlaf. 13's Jakub Voracek. 32 points in 31 games. 11 goals. $10 million salary. $8.25 million cap hit. I don't think you're going to find a lot of Flyers fans upset with Jakub's pay. Jakub is a crazy person, and he's very good at scoring, so I think his popularity will continue. Next up, Phil Kessel is 14th on the list. 29 games, 10 goals, but 31 points. $9 million salary, $8 million cap hit. Phil Kessel going to Pittsburgh is the best thing that's happened to him, period. It is... Kessel's been reborn as a Penguin. I know he had years in Toronto where he was, the number one forward, and he scored some pretty goals, and he was a key guy. But in Pittsburgh, he just fits in seamlessly with the entire team. It's not him; he's part of this team, and it's a wonderful fit for him. At 15, and I'm only going to 20, so before people wonder, I'm only going to 20. At 15, Shea Weber. 29 games, 18 points, plus 18, 25 and a half minutes a game, almost 26. $12 million salary, $7.857 million cap hit. Shea Weber has fallen off offensively. His totals are still very good. He's still near the top of the league for defensemen, but he is not doing what he did in October. I don't think anybody expects him to keep that up, but he still looked very good. He didn't look great last night against Boston, to be honest. There were points where on the power play I thought he should have blasted it through Rask, and it just didn't happen. And I don't know if there's something else going on there or if he's just having a lull. But Weber started to struggle. Rick Nash is 16th on this list. 27 games, 11 goals, 18 points, -4. $7.8 million cap hit. Most popular name to be traded. In some circles. I'm not sure what Nash's value is right now. He's 32. He does have a no movement clause. Modified no trade. He's basically unmovable right now. And at 7.8 million between him and Lundqvist, it's a lot of money tied up in two guys. $16 million to those two guys. Number 17, Dennis Bufflin in Dustin Bufflin. Why do I say Dennis? What in the blue hell makes me say Dennis? I'm telling myself off before anybody else does. Dustin Bufflin. Dustin. Think Dunder Mifflin, and then think Dustin Bufflin. Dunder Mifflin, Dustin Bufflin. All right. I think we're good now. Let's get back to this. 17, Dustin Bufflin. Somewhere there's some guy named Dennis Bufflin going, he always mentions me. My name's so unique. 19 points in 32 games, only 3 goals, but 27 minutes and 41 seconds a game. So I'm going to go right out on a limb here and say that Winnipeg's pretty happy with Bufflin. 18, Zach Parise, 20 games, 4 goals, 10 points, -2. $9 million salary, $7.5 million cap hit. Parise is not Parise anymore. He is paying the price you pay for being a physical top 6 forward, and he is falling quickly. And it's funny because Minnesota's a very good team, and it exposes even more the fact that Parise is struggling. Ryan Suter, 27 games, 17 points, plus 15, 27 minutes of ice time, $9 million salary, $7.5 million cap hit. He's got the exact same contract as Parise. Suter is worth the money. Suter's fantastic. I've always enjoyed watching Ryan Suter play. I always knew when he was in Nashville that he wasn't a product of Weber, and Weber wasn't a product of Suter. They just complement each other very well. Number 20. This is a curious one. Technically, there's a four-way tie for 20, so I'll go through this. Spezza, 14 points in 23 games, 7.5 million. That's too much money, and Spezza is not having a good season. Vlad Tarasenko, 29 games, 32 million, or 32 points, $7.5 million cap hit. Think about it. Tarasenko and Spezza cost you the same amount of money under the cap. Ryan O'Reilly also cost $7.5 million, 17 games because he was injured, 12 points, 21 minutes of ice time. So Buffalo's leaning on him heavily. He gets an $11 million salary, but only a $7.5 million cap hit. So pretty darn good. And making money not playing is Pavel Datsyuk, $7.5 million, and he'll never play again. So, you know, it's an interesting thing to look at, the 20 players. And here's a question for you guys. Now, looking at name players and guys who are making a lot of money, who's the most overpaid player? Who's the most overpaid guy in the NHL in your eyes? Anyways, thanks for watching. This is, it's always fun to look through this kind of stuff and see where players are and where they aren't and how all this plays out. And yeah, we'll see if by the end of the season, maybe Spezza's playing great, maybe Tarasenko goes into a slump. You just never know. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think Spezza's going to be one of the more overpaid players from here on forward. He's invisible some nights in Dallas. So I did do a video on what's wrong with Florida. I may do a video on what's wrong with Dallas because it does go further than just goaltending. It's easy to say, oh, it's all goaltending. It is in terms of the goals against, but there's something else wrong in Dallas. So I can look into that because I'm a Dallas fan and I have to be fair. I have to be fair and balanced here. I can't just slaughter one side and not say, hey, my team will be fine. I can't keep doing that. Yeah. So, anyways, I was just turning to look at the Canucks game. Oh, look, the Canucks blew the lead, 6-5 Hurricanes. That was fun, wasn't it? Isn't that great? Aren't you guys glad I did that first video tonight? Yeah. Rock on. Hells yeah. Blew a 3-goal lead. Take that, hockey guy. Take that. Screw you in the left ear, hockey guy. All right. See, you can't get upset because this is how it's gonna be now. The Canucks this is how they play hockey. Isn't it fun? Anyways, thanks for watching. I will be. It's funny too because the goals are going on behind me because the screen's so white I can't see it. At least here, I turn around, I can see it perfectly fine. Anyways, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you're just browsing through. And I hope you guys are having a good night. I'm having a decent night. So thanks for watching.